Sitting at a lung-busting 7,000 feet of elevation along the famous Route 66 highway is a little pioneer town called Flagstaff. Born in the late 1800s and chugga-chugga-choo-choo and into boom times just a few years later thanks to trains and timber, it's spitting distance from the Grand Canyon and surrounded by national forest. Enjoy the morning sunshine and fuel up with a hearty breakfast and giant homemade cinnamon roll at Toasted Owl. Then walk across the street to Flag Bike Revolution to grab any last-minute ride snacks and marvel at the size of their showroom. From here, find your way to Schultz Pass Road and keep going until you're rolling into the first dirt parking lot you find. There's a reason we're starting to ride here, and trust me, you're gonna like it. Check the trail map, take a picture just in case, and read up on the area if you want. Then roll out of the lot and on the Chimney Connector, a short trail that'll get us where we want to be. Merge on the chimney proper and pedal along. This might seem easy. It is a green trail after all, but it's the perfect time to make any last-minute adjustments to your tire and suspension pressures. Things might feel a little firm if you're coming from sea level. Keep rolling until you come to a switchback where you're going to loop up and left. Now's a good time to appreciate the efficient pedaling of your bike, because you'll be getting about 2,000 feet of climbing in today. Turn right on the Schultz Pass Road for a bit, then keep your peepers peeled for a trail on the left, because we're going to peel off onto dog food first chance we get. This trail's a good little opener, kind of like Scooby snacks for your legs, with just enough grunt work and rocks to get your power up, but chill enough to help you acclimate. You'll be climbing for a bit, so don't forget to take in the scenery and breathe in that fresh alpine mountain air. If you're here in the summer, now's a good time to appreciate the shade these magnificent ponderosa pines provide. Combined with the cooler air up here, there's a reason Flag's the place to ride in Arizona during the warmer months. And with about 100 miles of proper single track to explore, there is no shortage of options, friends. A little higher up and you'll notice the charred proof of a forest fire as you loop through occasionally alien-looking flowers and shrubs, bouncing back to blanket the ground in color. Eventually you'll come to a T in the trail. Take a right onto Secret Trail, a not-so-secret bit of fun that whipsaws you up and down, back and forth through lush ground cover and over rock gardens. These trails sit smack in the middle of the world's largest contiguous ponderosa pine forest, and being situated in the Coconino National Forest means there's plenty of fire roads to explore and places to boondock if you're into that overland and van life. Secret Trail rolls up and down, following the contoured terrain at the base of the San Francisco Peaks. It's a traverse to get to the second half of our ride, but don't write it off. There's plenty of fun to be had along the way. Now's a good time to remind you to wear your sunscreen. At this elevation, the sun's stronger even if the air is cool. Lip balm's a great idea too. We like the fruit-flavored ones. Just make sure to stash that little tube deep in your pack, as these rocks like to jostle things up and out of pockets real fast. Soon enough, you'll crisscross a few trails. Follow signs for sunset and you'll find the upper parking lot. Saving some climbing sure does seem tempting, but there's a reason we didn't park here. Take a breather, check the map, grab a snack, then roll on to Broadside, arguably the funnest climbing trail around these parts. Perfectly built, it's just 3 miles long and hides its 692 feet of elevation gain very well. With swoops and berms, you won't mind the uphill at all, so just sit back and spin the legs, because you'll finish at nearly 8,800 feet above sea level. You'll know you're at the top when you see some signs, and the payoff for all our hard work is just ahead. Full Sail is their newest flow trail, and it's a brake-burning, forearm cramping, hootin' hollering good time that just doesn't quit. So it's a good idea to have a bike that's ready for it. A Lauf Elja single pivot suspension keeps you riding in the sweet spot. It's supportive through berms and hard landings, and soaks up the hits and the rough stuff. And there's no little linkages and bushings and other nonsense to get all floppy after a few big rides. Wide yet light 2.6-inch tires have traction for days, and there's room for plenty more rubber if you want it. 130mm travel up front and 120 in the back. It's a playful rocket that's just right for these trails. Take a moment to enjoy the scenery and catch your breath. Then it's time to drop into some of the most fun you're going to have on a bike. Full Sail is part flow trail, part jump line, and all fun. It's purpose-built for going fast, but there's no gaps and few consequences, So it's easy to send it and a wicked good time for every skill level. If broadside was a fun 3-mile climb, Full Sail is a ridiculously fun 3-mile descent, eking out more than 800 feet of descending and more berms than anyone can count. The trail's so well built, and there are no surprises, with great sightlines and easy ride-arounds for the booters. It's one of those rare trails where your action cam footage is probably going to do you justice, giving you something folks other than your mom will enjoy watching. Just make sure its batteries are charged, because it's going to feel like this never ends, and you're going to want to share it all. Nice. You're wondering when we're going to cut to the next scene. Well, hold your horses, friends. There's a lot of footage that fell to the cutting room floor already, and we're just having so much fun reliving our time on the trail here with you that we're going to keep it rolling just a bit longer. Stick with us though, because the next descent will show you exactly why we started from the bottom. They say all good things must come to an end, but we're only halfway down the mountain. Full Sail finishes at the Sunset parking lot, so if you need to shake out those hands and cool your nerves, now's a good time. But if you're ready for another 4 miles of downhill and 900 feet of drop, fire up those boosters and roll right on through. Schultz Creek starts off a little slow, but quickly sees the inclinometer tilt in the right direction, letting gravity do most of the work and encouraging you to test those brakes every now and then. It's a bit looser, a bit rockier, and has a bit more of a shoulder to it than Full Sail, which means keep your sugar levels topped off, because it'll keep you on your toes the whole way down. Schultz Creek Trail runs from here all the way down to where we park, hugging the creek and running parallel to the fire road. And trust us, if you'd driven up here, you'd be seeing folks rip down it without you, and there's no worse FOMO than that. Right about the time your hands are ready for a break, you'll emerge back on the chimney and find your way back to the parking lot. Head into town and map yourself to Pizza Cleva for some well-earned wood-fired pizzas cooked in a flash at a spot owned by a cyclist. When you're done eating, ride through the side streets and alleys to find incredible Native American murals by artists from several of the 13 different tribal nations who claim lands in these parts. Remember, we're all just visitors here. If you're wondering if Flagstaff's got your kicks when your pedal clicks, the answer is trail yeah, friends. Trail yeah.